Alright, so what is it with Predator versus Predator here? And by that I'm talking about Marb's latest video, this whole thing where he's defending this Grace Lynn girl from this Josh L. Smith dude. Um, First off, I would like to point out a few things. Grace Lynn is no angel in this situation. Um, First off, between the conversations that happened that are public between Marbs and Josh, it's become clear that Josh most likely saw her genitalia, i.e., she sent him nudes. Now, this is kind of weird, a jailbait sending a pedophile nudes. And I actually directly said to her, you probably should have known better than to send a pedophile your nudes. Now, here's the thing. Both of them seem to have acknowledged that in their little fucking debate there. But why is Marbs defending a girl who is that young that he knows sends out nudes to people? Now, what could that reason be? I don't know. Let me think for a few seconds. Let me walk you through my thinking. Marbles associates pretty much with just 13-year-olds. He likes to throw the pedophile label around. We all know that he projects like a motherfucker. What could it be? Well, let's dig a little deeper. Let's see. He was friends with Razareth well after the guy came out as a pedophile. In fact, he was the last person to turn against him. Interesting. Almost as if he only had to out of political concerns. Oh, but he's also friends with Dick Coughlin. Dick Coughlin became a meth addict because he was accused of touching his girlfriend's 3-year-old. So, a little bit of a question as to whether or not Dick Coughlin did it. I mean, he wasn't. He was charged. He wasn't put in jail for it. He wasn't sentenced. He wasn't. So I assume he wasn't found guilty. But in order to raise charges in the UK, my understanding is there's a pretty high threshold for evidence. That's two pedophiles, isn't it? That's two people who either may have or admit to touching children within your group. Now, fact is that, from what we've seen previously on YouTube, these people seem to associate with each other. I.e., Happy Cabby defending other pedophiles, and then it, gets out that he sends his weird pictures of himself naked to kids. Yeah. So, I can't help but wonder if, Marbles, you're literally pulling tricks from a book called The Game by Neil Strauss in order to appear as physically as a pickup artist as well as act like a pickup artist on the internet, specifically towards 13-year-old girls. Now, the reason why I say this is if we go to your Facebook, take me about 5 seconds to count the number of YouTube males that appear there. I think it's somewhere in the 80s. And then you have all their female friends added. Of course, all the YouTubers who actually deal with you are under the age of 13, with the exceptions of Tyler and Coughlin. Tyler being the only person that I think possibly might not be a pedophile in your crew, mostly because he has a very weak personality and is basically your personal whipping boy. I mean, honestly, if he wasn't your bitch, he'd be someone else's. He genuinely seems like he can't even think for himself. That being said, let's see. Didn't one of your little buddies call out Brandon Smith for being a pedophile? And Brandon, this might be the last time I'm going to defend you if you keep opening your mouth too much. But didn't little Schumfeld call out Brandon Smith for being a pedophile? Yet Brandon Smith actually doesn't have any of these factors. In fact, I actually got bored and started putting escort ads in front of Brandon Smith the first time we got into a call. And he really seemed to like older Russian women with giant tits. Dirties with giant tits. Things that would tend to indicate dude is not a pedophile. I mean, I would say that he falls somewhere in the range of normal to normal. However, Schumfeld, your buddy Marbs, who only associates with 13-year-olds, who white knights 13-year-old girls that he knows sends out nudes on the internet, who... Are you starting to get the idea, Schumfeld? Somebody like you doesn't even have the mental fortitude to call somebody a pedophile. Do you understand that? Because you are associating with somebody who associates with pedophiles and is likely a pedophile, but you're calling other people pedophiles based on this person's whims, which means that you too are one of his whipping boys. You're going out doing his deeds for him, covering up his tracks. Congratulations, you're covering up for a pedophile. That is specifically why you don't have any room to talk shit about Brandon Smith saying something when he was 17 about being attracted to 15-year-olds. When you are 17, odds are you will still be attracted to people 1 or 2 years younger than you too. It's actually perfectly legal, and when you were confronted with the fact that what he said was perfectly legal, you backed out and said that you just had something moral against him, which means, let me just translate that, you don't like him because he talks shit about your hero Marbles, who happens to be a pedophile, and you don't like that, do you, huh? Because, you know, you idolize the guy, and I'm guessing you probably don't have a good relationship with your father, so he's a stand-in figure, like most of these YouTuber anchors. At any rate, you know, Shumfeld, I would stick clear of making those accusations again, because at this point, you fucked up pretty bad. You called somebody who really obviously is not a pedophile. I mean, I have tested this guy for about 30 minutes. I spent about 30 minutes psychologically testing this guy. You know, he doesn't even react to short women. I'm not kidding. You know, the odds of him being a pedophile, I would say, are about the same as the odds of me waking up on the moon tomorrow. So, slim to non-existent. At any rate, that's just addressing that issue. I just want to go back and retouch the Coughlin thing before he touches another kid. I'm going to add a few pictures up below of things that Coughlin has denied doing, just so that we all know that Coughlin has this history of denying doing things he's actually done. You know, being suspended from the ceiling by piercings in his back. Oh, don't worry, Coughlin, I made a collage, including you, which includes a picture of you as a very chubby child. You are a chubby child. That's why you want attention like this. You are a chubby, chubby child. Now, you know, let's just go down this track, though. You know, Coughlin is a fucked up guy. He's had these accusations thrown out there. I wouldn't be surprised if he did it. You know, he denies doing that. He denied to Laughing Witch going around talking about sending out his dick pictures over Skype to like 18-year-olds and shit like that. He denied sending messages to JJ Talks, even though, by the way, I have proof that you send it to JJ Talks and Tainted Liberal douchebag. You know, JJ, regardless of how much you will say to me, there is no way to stop me from getting information. Literally, there's no way to stop me from getting information. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not collecting it in a way that goes around people's backs. I'm not collecting it from their friends. I have ways of getting information which are completely legal and funny as hell. Yeah, I can basically go and find out who is really doing some of this fucked up shit. So, Dick Coughlin, please stop sending your penis pictures to 18-year-olds. Please stop having sex with women who are schizophrenic, as well as... wait, hold on. She was dying, wasn't she? She was a dying schizophrenic woman who you had sex with, and now you mock. You mock Daisy after the fact. So please, stop mocking the dying schizophrenic woman that you had sex with. Alright? Well, don't worry. I have proof. You know, please stop talking about all your Skype pimp activities. Don't worry. I got proof. Don't worry. Alright? But, you know, here's the thing. You know how I know that whole thing is true? You know, because you try to hide things after the fact? Well, you know who brought up this whole thing about you touching a 3-year-old? The first people who found out, and then you exploded. Oh, wasn't it Galen Halcyon? Wasn't it? Isn't that why you had your whole drama with Galen Halcyon? Is that he found out about this, questioned you, and you blew up like a fucking firecracker? Yeah. Good job. Good job. You know, all you had to say was, no, that wasn't me, instead of exploding. Now we know that, you know, either it had a severe psychological impact on you, or that's really why you smoke meth, motherfucker. So, you know, Dick Coughlin smokes meth because he may have touched a kid. Just putting that out there. That's Marvel's friendship circles. I don't know why you people think you should associate with this guy. He's tried to kill 4 ranters. I'm not kidding. He has tried to kill 4 ranters. You know, it's not like he's just like, I'm the anti-ranter. This guy is like some kind of retarded psychopath who actually must think that these people's fights are real and wants to like be some kind of fucking knight to stop the fighting and like kill everyone in the process. I mean, like, I literally have never met somebody this mentally deficient in my life. I have a hard time believing this guy is employed, even just on the basis of things he said to me. I mean, it's quite obvious he still lives in his mother's house. I mean, let's just go back to the dead dog video. You notice the pictures there? Whose house was Butter in? Wait, the house that you're currently living in? Wasn't that the house that Butter was in? So, it stands to reason, why would your mother send her dog to Germany? It's because you are still living in your mother's house, and it is not in Germany. Isn't it? Yeah, you're not employed, you live in your mother's house. By the way, that big bed wasn't even yours. You know, so now that we've got all these things established, the virgin question really does get raised, unless, of course, you slept with like a fucking 3-year-old or something. I mean, you know, based on what I can tell is fucking wrong with you, Marbles. So, you know, please, keep attacking Josh. Please, because all it is showing how much of a goddamn hypocrite you are. You know, for attacking somebody who is, I don't know, attracted to children. You know, just, hold on. Let me think for a second. You wouldn't even kick away one of your friends because he was attracted to children. So why are you attacking this guy? Is it because you want grace to yourself? I've discovered your motivations. What do you know? Ha! Oh, but,